All right, welcome into Jammin' Sports, everybody, on this day after Christmas. I am off from work again today, and we do have the college football playoffs coming up a little bit later on. We'll have the Rose Bowl, followed by the Orange Bowl game, coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. Right now at 3:49 Eastern, we're going to do a baseball game. We're going to get our next Major League Baseball sim season underway, and I want to do a preview here real quick as to what we've got going on. I've got the brackets up here right now. Let's take a look at them. In fact, before we get to the brackets, I tell you what, let's go to the standings. What we did is we ran a sim season in the background. Well, we simulated a season because there's too many baseball games. We can't do a full season, but we do the playoffs. All right. So here's how the American League went using historic teams. We're using all-star teams once again, and that have been progressed through the franchise. So winning the American League East was the New York Yankees, and the Red Sox ended up as the wild card. The Yankees and the Red Sox tied with a 91-71 record, but the Yankees had a better head-to-head over the Red Sox, so the Yankees clinched the East, and the Red Sox are a wild card. The American League Central, the Kansas City Royals won with a 97-65 record, 7 games up over the Guardians, the Indians, who are 7 games back. White Sox, Tigers, and Twins rounds it out. So the Royals and the Guardians are in the American League playoffs. And then let's take a look at the West. The Houston Astros won with a 93-69 record. The Athletics, 3 games back at 90-72. So that's and here's how the wild card went: Red Sox, Athletics, and the Indians. All right, the National League East. The Florida Marlins, the Miami Marlins, came out of nowhere to tie the Braves with an 83-79 record in the National League East. But the Marlins, with a better record, they had a winning record against the Braves, so they win the AL East. Nobody from the NL East made it as a wild card. You'll see why here in a second. Let's go to the National League Central. The Reds won it with an 80-82 record, a losing record. They made it in. 1 game over the Cubs and the Pirates. Now, check this out. The National League West. 4 teams make the playoffs. The Diamondbacks winning the division with a 97-65 record. The Giants were 3 games back at 94-68. Dodgers at 88-74, 9 games back, and the Padres 86-76. But the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers all with better records than anybody else in the other divisions, so they get the wild card, as you can see right there. The Marlins. If the Marlins were in the running for a wild card, they wouldn't get it, but the Marlins won their division. So that's how that panned out as we go back to here. All right, we're going to start things off today with Game 1. We're just going to do one game. It'll be the American League wild card between the Oakland Athletics and the Boston Red Sox. You see the bracket over there on the left side. Oakland, the number 5 seed, playing at Boston, the 4 seed. The other wild card is Cleveland and the New York Yankees. And then the Royals and the Astros get first round byes in the American League. Going over to the right side of the bracket, you can see there the National League wild card will be the Dodgers and the Giants, and the Reds and the Padres. Arizona and Miami get first round byes in the opening round of the playoffs. So it's a totally different bracket than last season. It's the same rosters from last season. However, they've been progressed a season and then carried over, which is a nice thing that you can do here with MLB The Show over to 24. We were using 23 last season. All right, so let's go to the calendar. Advance it a day. Go to the first round of the playoffs. Let's view today's games. And there we go. For the opening day of the playoffs, it'll be Oakland and Boston. We'll do Los Angeles and San Francisco later on. Maybe if we have time after college football today, we'll do that one. All right. So, without further ado, let's head out to Fenway Park in Boston for Game 1 of the American League Wild Card between the Red Sox and the A's here at Jammin' Sports. messed that up. Just bear with me. Not used to this game. Getting used to it. Oh, I did it again. Bear with me. I'll get it. I'm just going to keep it simple with the A's. All right, this should do it. Playing at Fenway. Broadcast, obviously. Get rid of the rain. There's your lineups. Here we go. Jammin' Sports presents Game 1 of the American League Wildcard between the Oakland A's and the Boston Red Sox, live from Fenway Park in Boston. And Smokey Joe Wood will be your starting pitcher for the Red Sox here in Game 1. Great to have you here on Jammin' Sports as we start our Major League Baseball sim season number 6 with the American League Wildcard. The late Ricky Henderson, he passed away just a few days ago. Just a great player. We'll lead things off for the Athletics. Here's the pitch by Wood. And Henderson on the first pitch of the game. See ya. A solo shot home run by Ricky Henderson. How appropriate is that? And Oakland takes a 1-0 lead. Wow. Wow. You gotta love it, baseball fans. Let's take another look. He got a hold of that one. First pitch of the game. Launches it into the night. Wow. And again, he got all of that one. And now next up, Mickey Cochran will come up. In there for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1. Cochran's either the DH or the second baseman today. I believe he's the DH. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-2 to Cochran. As the A's lead it 1-0 here in the top of the first inning, just underway. Smokey Joe Wood on the mound. Here's the pitch. Big swing and miss. Struck him out on 3 pitches. I believe Cochran is the DH today. And now Reggie Jackson comes up. He's the right fielder. Fouls that one off. Strike 1. 1 out. Bases empty. Here in the top of the first inning, the A's with a solo shot by Henderson, take a 1-0 lead. Here's the 0-1. Fouls that off down the first baseline. The count goes to 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. He went around, strike 2. And now the catcher, Jimmy Fox. Inside, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on, but the A's with a solo shot by Ricky Henderson to start the game. On the first pitch of the game, too. And now Jimmy Fox at bat, the catcher, in there for a strike. The count goes to 1-1. Once again, the starting pitcher for the Red Sox is Smokey Joe Wood. And now the 1-1. Ripped foul. Count goes to 1-2 on Fox. Getting our Major League Baseball sim season underway today with the playoffs. The 6th time through, and he strikes him out. And that'll end the inning. But Ricky Henderson leads off the game on the first pitch of the game. Knocks one out of the park. And the Athletics take a 1-0 lead on the Red Sox here in Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher is Rube Waddell for the Athletics. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Oakland. Up to bat first will be Mookie Betts. Betts is playing second base today for the Red Sox. He'll be facing Waddell here in the bottom half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-0. Game 1 of the wild card. A's up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch by Waddell. A ground ball to second base, making the play for the Athletics is number 2. I'm not sure who that is. Starting lineup for the Red Sox. Let's see who the shortstop is today. Let me write that in. It wasn't on the original lineup. We'll figure out who the second base is for the A's here in a second. So Cronin will come up next. He's the shortstop for the Red Sox. First pitch is down low and inside, 1-0. Kind of filling out my lineup card as I go along. They didn't give me a full lineup. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Cronin. Pops it up. Reggie out in right field, running back, and makes the play for the out. 2 outs for the Red Sox here in the bottom half of the first. Nobody on, and now Ted Williams comes up, the left fielder. He led the season. He led the majors in home runs during the regular season. Waddell on the mound. Here's the pitch. He went around, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
No balls and a strike to Williams. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Quickly 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Waddell trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. The Red Sox are the defending World Series champions, by the way. Struck him out on 3 pitches at the end of 1 complete. The A's lead the Red Sox here in Game 1 of the American League Wild Card, 1-0. Here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Fenway Park in Boston. The center fielder, Al Simmons, will lead things off for the Athletics, leading 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. The pitch by Wood. Ripped foul down the line. Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. At 6 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the 2 college football playoff games, the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl.
Back outside.
Outside, count goes to 1-1 on Simmons. The Rose Bowl will be USC Ohio State, and the Orange Bowl Clemson and Texas.
Ball 2.
Down low, 2-1 to Al Simmons. Simmons, the center fielder for the A's. And now the 2-1.
Ball 3.
Up high, count goes to 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Three-one pitch. Ripped foul down the line. We got a full count at 3-2 to Al Simmons. Three-two pitch. Ripped high in the air. Williams getting under it in left field. And he's going to play it off the wall. It takes a weird hop. Extra bases. And it's going to be a double for Simmons. He holds up at second. This one hit off the wall. Williams tried to make a play on it, but it took a funny bounce. And now the A's with nobody out with a runner on second base. Jason Giambi up next, the first baseman. Here's the pitch.
Ball.
Up high, 1-0. And now the pitch by Wood. In there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, runner on second base. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2. A's lead it 1-0 as Ricky Henderson hit a solo shot on the first pitch of the game. And now the 1-2 pitch to Jason Giambi. Up high, 2-2. That'll even the count. Been missing baseball. It's great to get back. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off by Giambi. Count remains at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Ripped into left field. Going back is, in right field is Reggie Smith, who makes the play. And it's going to advance the runner down to third base. CGM's in the house. Oh yeah, I'm on 24 now. I like it. We're starting our new sim postseason here today. This is game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Home Run Baker, one of the old-timer players, up next. He's the third baseman. 1 out, runner on third for the Athletics. Here in the top of the second, they lead it 1-0. CGM is in the house. It's a strike. I'll probably skip it as well. And now the 0-2 pitch by Smokey Joe Wood. A couple of old-timers playing. Outside, 1-2.
1 ball.
It was good. It was good. We did the Super Bowl last night. The Ravens beat the Rams 20-17. The Ravens won it all. And that's fouled off down the line. Count is at 1-2 to Home Run Baker. The Super Bowl's in the video section and on YouTube if you want to check it out. It was a great game. It went right down to the wire. 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third. Al Simmons at third base. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. 2 down. And now Miguel Tejada, the second baseman, comes up. First pitch, a strike. We're in the top of the second inning. The American League Wildcard, game 1. 1-0 A's. 2 outs, runner on third for the Athletics. The pitch by Wood in there for a strike. 0-2. We're at Fenway Park in Boston. The Red Sox, the defending champions, but they're a wild card this time around. The Yankees won the division. Here's the 0-2. High in the air. Williams over in left field. Runs over and makes the play on the wall for the out. The A's lead a runner stranded at third. 1-0 A's. Here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. The American League Wildcard. A's lead it 1-0. David Ortiz will lead off. He's the first baseman today for Boston. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Jimmy Jam with CGM in the house. My good friend from D.C. And now the 0-1. In there for a strike. 0-2. We'll have a couple of college football playoff games tonight starting at 7 Eastern. We'll have the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl. Here's the 0-2. Up high. 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Ortiz. Our NFL season is over as the Ravens beat the Rams last night 20-17. Ground ball right up the middle. A base hit for Ortiz to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Next up, Tony Canigliaro. He's the catcher. Nobody out. Runner on first for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the second inning. Thank you, Evil Dead. I was wondering. Evil Dead's in the house. And we're still praying for your mother, Evil Dead. In there for a strike. 0-1. So I got Evil Dead and CGM in the house. Here's the 0-1. And that's fouled up. And the catcher getting under it. Jimmy Fox making the play in foul territory for out number 1. Canigliaro flies out to the catcher. Pops out, actually. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. A's lead it 1-0. Reggie Smith will come up next for the Red Sox. He's the right fielder today. Rube Waddell on the mound. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. The only run in the game came on the opening pitch of the game. Ricky Henderson led off with a solo shot.
No, he's in there.
They can't seem to find the issue. That is weird, Evil Dead. That is odd. That is just odd. Now the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-2 to Reggie Smith. I've been missing a baseball. I really have. Here's the 0-2. Fouled it off. The thing is, the 3 sports that take up the most time: NFL, college football, and baseball. Hockey and basketball I can just throw on any time. But you have to schedule these.
0-1.
Down low. Count goes 1-2. The Mets have won a game more recently than the Giants. That's sad. That is sad. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There goes the runner, and Ortiz is safe at second base. Smith strikes out, though, for out number 2. And now with 2 outs, Wade Boggs will come up, the third baseman. 2 outs with a runner on second. Red Sox trying to tie it up here in the bottom of the second. Ripped right to the first baseman, Giambi, for the out. At the end of 2 complete, the A's lead the Red Sox 1-0 here in Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. Leading things off for the Athletics in the top of the third, Terry Steinbach. He's the shortstop today. Smokey Joe Wood on the mound. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Maybe Evil Dead can tell us about Smokey Joe Wood. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. He's throwing a lot of heat. And now the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2 to Steinbach. And now the 1-2 pitch.
Nope.
Down low, that'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Ripped it right to first. Ortiz will take it for the out.
Oh.
Thank you, Evil Dead. I knew he's an old timer. 08 to 20. See, that's the great thing. One thing I've noticed about 24, their historical rosters that you can pull from are a lot more than in 23. Ricky Henderson, he had a solo shot the first time he came up. That's the only run of the game. He led off the game with a solo shot home run. It counts 1-0. The ball was just down low. Jeez Louise, 34-5. Henderson pops it up. Williams out in left field. Makes the play for out number 1. Out number 2, I'm sorry. The graphics on 24. I mean, 23 was great. Don't get me wrong. But 24, this looks outstanding. Mickey Cochran comes up next. He's the DH today. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
2 outs, nobody on for the A's here at the top of the third. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2.
0-2.
I had to wait for college football to pretty much end. We still have a few games left before I restarted baseball. 0-2.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
Inside, 1-2. Thank you, Evil Dead. 25, yep. Yeah, he's, I remember him in Stratomatic. Here's the 1-2. Cochran pops it up. And Cogliano makes the catch for the final out. At the end of 2.5, the A's lead at 1-0 here in Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Fred Lynn will lead things off for the Red Sox. He's the center fielder today, taking on Rube Waddell. In there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
The other American League wild card is the Yankees and Indians. Here's the 0-1. Lynn, that should drop. Henderson's going to chase it to the wall. Actually, it's Jackson. Jackson throws it in. And Fred Lynn, a leadoff double for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the third. I got Reggie mixed up with Henderson. Henderson's in left. A leadoff double for Fred Lynn. And now Bobby Dorr. Not sure what position he's playing today.
0-1.
0-1. He's not on my lineup. I think he's the DH. In fact, he is. Down low, count goes to 1-1. He is the DH. One ball, 1 strike. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
37-51. Wow, a lot of old timers. Here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2.
2 strikes.
I believe it's pronounced door. And now the 2-2. Pops it up. Henderson can't get to it. It'll be a base hit. They throw home. Lynn scores for the Red Sox. And we're tied at 1. An RBI single for Bobby Dorr. And the Red Sox have tied it up. Next up, Mookie Betts, the second baseman today. He's facing Waddell. Doors in the hall. I knew that name was familiar. In there for a strike, 0-1. I just couldn't place it. I haven't heard that name in a long time. So Mookie Betts will come up next. The count's 0-1. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the third. They throw to first. Doors back in time. No, they picked him off. They said they picked him off. Wow, they sure did. Quick throw by Waddell. Job recovering the bag, and Doors out. One down for the Red Sox. Counts 0-1 to Betts. Fouled off. Is it? Well, other than that All-Star game I did about a month or so ago, yes, this is my first time using 24. I love it. It's great. Here's the 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outside, count goes 1-2 to Betts. I mean, the graphics are incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong, 23 was great, but this is like, wow. Big swing and a miss. They'll throw down to first to make it official. 2 down for the Red Sox. Here in the bottom of the third inning, they've tied it up. And now coming up will be the shortstop, Joe Cronin. You might want to look that one up too, Evil Dead. Here's the pitch. Down low. Count goes to 1-0.
Count 1-0.
Two outs, nobody on base. Counts 1-0 to Cronin. Popped it up, out of play. Count goes to 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch.
Outside, that's
Upside, 2-1. Upside, right. Up high. 26-45. I love it. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off again. Count goes to 2-2 down to Cronin. And now the 2-2. Ripped down the first base line, but that's hooking foul. Count remains at 2-2 to Cronin. We're in the bottom of the third. We're tied at 1. The American League Wildcard Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. 2-2 pitch. Ripped foul down the third base line. Count remains at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch.
3-2.
Down low, 3-2. Ted Williams on deck. The A's are the American League West champions, and the Red Sox are a wild card.
Nope. Ball 4.
Ball 4. Wait, I stand corrected. The Royals won the West. No, the Royals won the Central. I give it. I'll figure it out later. Williams at the 2 outs, runner on first. Ripped foul. The Astros won the West. That's right. And the A's are the wild card. My bad. 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Nope.
Outside, 1-1 to Williams. He's the left fielder today. One pitch. And that's popped up. And the catcher, Jimmy Fox, will get under it for the final out. At the end of 3, Bobby Doerr with an RBI single, scoring Fred Lynn from second base as the Red Sox tie the game up. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, right fielder Reggie Jackson will lead things off for the A's. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. Smokey Joe Wood on the mound. First pitch is fouled off. Counts 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Reggie hits one into the night. See ya. A solo shot to lead off the 4th inning. And the A's take a 2-1 lead. Mr. October coming through. And Oakland takes a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. We're live from Fenway Park in Boston. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Before this game started, I did a review of the season. I put the standings up there and all that. Over the Green Monster, I'm doing one game right now. Then I have college football coming up at 7 Eastern. Here's the pitch.
1-0.
Down low, 1-0. Jimmy Fox is up for the A's. He's the catcher today. And now the 1-0 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. When college football's over, if there's time, I can do another baseball. Ground ball down the 3rd base line. And the count goes to 1-2 to Jimmy Fox. The next game would be game 1 of the Giants and Dodgers. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Smith in right field makes the play for the out. Reggie Smith hauls it in for out number 1. 1 down for the A's here in the top of the 4th inning. Al Simmons comes up next, the center fielder. 1 out, bases empty. The A's lead it 2-1. Here's the pitch.
Nope.
Outside, 1-0. We have rosters featuring a lot of old timers.
Ball
Inside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, bases empty. The 2-0 pitch, up high, 3-0.
I got 3-0.
On Jason Giambi. He's on, well, actually, Giambi's on deck, I'm sorry. Jimmy Fox at the plate. Corrected again. Al Simmons at the plate. Too many graphics, they're throwing me off. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike. Count goes to 3-1 to Simmons. He's the center fielder today for the A's. Here's the 3-1. And that's fouled off. Full count to Simmons now at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Fouls that one off. Count remains at 3-2. Long at bat for Simmons. 3-2 pitch. High in the air. Williams out in left field. It's going to be off the wall. And he throws it in. It's going to be a double, a triple for Simmons. That ball kind of hung up there. Took a weird bounce off the Green Monster. And Simmons gets a triple. How close was this to going out? Oh, that was very close. Top of the wall. And Simmons was on his horse. He gets a triple. A 1 out triple. And now Jason Giambi comes up, the first baseman. 1 out, runner on third. Here's the pitch. Giambi! Does it stay fair? No. Just foul. It's a fun stadium. It really is. Fenway. Count goes to 0-1 to Giambi. 1 out, runner on third. Simmons at third. The pitch by Wood. And Giambi rips it foul down the line. And the count goes to 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch.
Ball, back
Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third. Top of the 4th inning.
Two balls,
Inside,
2 strikes.
2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball past Ortiz, a base hit. That's going to score the run. An RBI single for Jason Giambi as Simmons will score from third. And the A's go up 3-1. Home run Baker comes up. He's the third baseman.
That's the ball.
Low and inside, 1-0.
0-1, no strike.
I'm not sure about home run Baker. Evil Dead will let us know. Still 1 out, runner on first. The pitch is fouled off down the first base line. The count goes to 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Thank you, Evil Dead. Here's the pitch, inside, 2-1. 1908 to 1922. I like using the old timers. And now the 2-1 pitch.
Ball.
Outside, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to Baker. And now the pitch by Wood. Baker hits one out of here. A 2-run shot for home run Baker, his namesake. And the A's go up 5-1 in game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Fenway. Oakland just hitting the snot out of it here tonight. Watch this one again. It stayed fair. And the A's are up 5-1. And Tejada at the plate there. Miguel Tejada, the second baseman.
0-1.
Counts 0-1. We're in the top of the 4th, still just 1 out. Well, that was 97 right there. Here's the 0-1 to Tejada. He fouls that one off. Quickly 0-2. I think Misty is home. Here's the 0-2. Big swing and miss. Struck him out for out number 2. Fenway Park in Boston. And now Terry Steinbach will come up. He's the shortstop. Misty's home. Hi, Misty. 2 outs. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. How was your day? Did you have a good day? All right. Here's the 0-1. Fouls that one off. 0-2. Our dog, Ginger over there, happy to see mommy. Here's the 0-2.
Ball.
Outside, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Terry Steinbach at the plate for the A's. He's the shortstop today. And he hits a base hit down the line. That'll extend the inning. As Smith runs it down, going for 2, and he gets tagged out. At the end of the A's half of the 4th, 2 runs, make it 3. They take a 5-1 lead here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 4th. First baseman David Ortiz leads things off for the Red Sox. Waddell still on the mound. First pitch is strike. The count goes to 0-1. A's lead it 5-1 in the American League Wildcard Game 1. It's a best of 3. All 3 games here at Fenway. Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
I agree with Evil Dead. If it's a best of 3, it should be 1-1-1. Here's the 0-2.
1 ball.
Down low,
2
1-2.
strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody out. And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. Red Sox trying to get back in this game. They're down by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch.
I got 3 and 2.
Just outside, 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch.
3.
Swung and struck him out for out number 1. Waddell mows him down. His 4th strikeout of the night. And now next up for the Red Sox, the catcher, Tony Canogliaro. Here's the pitch by Waddell. In there for a strike, 0-1. I think that's pronounced Canogliaro. It could be Liaro. Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Counts 0-2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And now the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Out of play. Count remains at 0-2. We have the college football playoffs a little bit later on. 7 o'clock Eastern. That's fouled off. Counts at 0-2. Tony Canogliaro. That's a baseball name if I ever saw one. Fouls that one off. 64-75. I knew the name was familiar. He was on the Red Sox team that lost to the Reds in 75. I remember that. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out for out number 2. Fenway Park, Boston, Massachusetts. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard. A's lead it 5-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And now the right fielder, Reggie Smith, will come up. Not in the hall. The pitch by Waddell. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. So your best friend wasn't there? That made you sad? Okay. Here's the 0-1. Popped up. And that's out of play. And the count's 0-2 now to Reggie Smith. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch. A ground ball right at the middle. Waddell, nope. It's played by the catcher, Fox, for the out. At the end of 4 complete. A's lead it 5-1. Game 1 of the wild card in the American League here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 5th. Ricky Henderson, the left fielder, will lead things off. He had a home run earlier. The first pitch of the game, he hit it out of the park. Smokey Joe Woods still on the mound. In there for a strike, 0-1. Warming up is Pedro Martinez in the bullpen for Boston. Counts 0-1 to Henderson. A ground ball to the second baseman. That's Betts. Throws to first for the out. 1 down for the Red Sox. Or 1 down for the A's, excuse me, here in the top of the 5th. And now Mickey Cochran will come up. He's the DH today. The pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-1. 8 about an hour ago. And now the 0-1 pitch. Rips that one foul. The count's quickly 0-2 to Mickey Cochran. And now the 0-2 pitch. Cochran pops it up into left field. Williams goes over. And Williams makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for the Athletics here in the top of the 5th. And now the right fielder, Reggie Jackson, comes up. He hit a home run the last time he came up. A 2-run shot. Actually, no, it's a solo shot. I'm sorry. 2 outs, base is empty. Rips that one foul. Count goes to 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Counts at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Outside, 1-2. One-two pitch up high. That'll even the count at 2-2 to Reggie.
2 strikes.
Strike him out, Wood. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. And now the 2-2 pitch by Wood. Fouls it off. Stays alive. Count remains at 2-2. Well, at least this Reggie looks like Reggie. Here's the 2-2. Down low. Full count to Jackson now at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Stays alive. Count remains full at 3-2. Three-two pitch. Jackson rips it foul down the first baseline. Count remains 3-2. Long at bat for Reggie. Stays alive. Here's the 3-2. And that's fouled off. Down the third baseline. Woods wasting a lot of pitches here. And now the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. That's Betts. Throws to first for the out. At the end of 4.5 innings, the A's lead at 5-1. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wade Boggs will lead things off for the Red Sox, the third baseman, facing Rube Waddell. Yep, I'm on early today. Outside, 1-0. Nemesis in the house. I was off today. I'll be off tomorrow. I don't go back to work until Sunday morning.
Nope, that's a ball.
Down low, 2-0. And it's outside, 3-0. Well, I had time. I was bored. It's a long time until 7 o'clock Eastern. So I said, you know what? Let's get baseball on. Why not? Get a jump on it. Here's the 3-0. In there for a strike. 3-1 to Boggs. This is the first game, though, of baseball. The American League Wildcard. 3-1 pitch. A shot into left field. Henderson makes the play at the warning track. For out number 1. So Boggs flies out. And now Fred Lynn comes in. He's the center fielder. 1 out, bases empty. The A's up 5-1. A's have been blasting him out of the park left and right. The pitch by Waddell. Up high, 1-0. Well, with the NFL season done, I can start baseball. They pop it up. Third baseman comes over, and that's home run Baker. Makes the play.
Now batting, number 1.
For out number 2. We'll start the new NFL season a week from yesterday. We'll start it next Wednesday, New Year's Day. Was working on rosters this morning. Bobby Dorr comes up.
Ball 1.
First pitch is outside. Ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. Dorr is the DH for the Red Sox today. Inside, 2-0. 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1.
1 strike.
We've got a good crowd here on this day after Christmas. Appreciate it. College football playoffs later. Fouled it off, 2-2. We'll have the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl, and those games will start at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Here's the 2-2. A ground ball to Baker, who throws to first for the out. At the end of 5 complete, A's lead it 5-1 here in the American League Wildcard. Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. Pedro Martinez will come in to pitch for the Red Sox.
Number 45.
As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. That should be the top of the 6th, I'm sorry.
Leading off for the Athletics.
Yep, top of the 6th. Jimmy Fox will come up.
Jimmy
He's the catcher.
Fox.
The pitch
Nope. Ball
outside, ball 1. Does the PS5 upscale PS4 games besides loading faster? Yes. Yes. It highly improves the graphics. I noticed it with Madden 19. It was like night and day. Here's the 1-0. In their first strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Martinez.
Yeah.
On the outside corner, strike 1-2. Fox didn't like that call. Fox is the catcher today for the A's. He also plays first base sometimes. Here's the 1-2.
That's ball
Up
2.
high, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A's lead it 5-1 here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 pitch. Ripped foul. Count remains at 2-2. Two-two pitch. Ortiz hands it off to Martinez. He'll cover the bag for the out. So Fox grounds out to first.
Number 7. Al Simmons.
And now Al Simmons will come up with 1 out for the A's here in the top of the 6th. Simmons, the center fielder. Martinez, yeah, normally he's a starter. It's playoff time, so why not? In there for a strike, 0-1. Yes, let's get an update on Evil Dead's mom. Anything new, Evil Dead? Here's the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. We've all been praying diligently for your mom. Here's the 1-1. Up high, 2-1. American League Wildcard, Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. And now the 2-1 pitch. Down low, 3-1. A's lead at 5-1. 3-1 pitch. Fouled. Oh, it's high in the air. Reggie Smith going back in right field and makes the play for out number 2. And now the first baseman, Jason Giambi, will come up with 2 outs, bases empty. The doctors still don't know what's going on. That is so odd. Giambi fouls it off. Now the 0-1. Giambi down the third base line. Watch out. And the count goes to 0-2. 2 outs, bases empty for the A's here in the top of the 6th. The 0-2 pitch by Martinez. And Giambi gets a hold on that one. Pops it up. Who's going to make the play? Fred Lynn in center field for out number 3. At the end of 5.5, A's lead it 5-1. American League Wildcard Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. Leading off
for the Red Sox.
for the Red Sox will be Mookie Betts. He's playing second base today.
Betts.
Rube Waddell still on the mound. Here's the pitch.
At the ball.
Down low, 1-0. Fenway Park in Boston is where we are for game 1 tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. They'll leave the count at 1-1. One thing this show does very well is all the production elements, the graphics and stuff. They do a great job. In there for a strike, 1-2. It really looks like a TV broadcast. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouled it off. Count remains at 1-2 to Mookie Betts. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 1. His 6th strikeout of the night.
Shortstop, Joe Cronin.
And now Joe Cronin, the shortstop, will come up for the Red Sox with 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Waddell on the mound. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 1. Counts at 1-0. One-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. And now the 1-1. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. A ground ball up the middle. Gets by Cochran at second. It'll be a 1-out single
Now back
for Cronin.
left fielder, Jay Williams.
So Ted Williams comes up. He's the left fielder. So Mickey Cochran is playing second base. So Tejada must be the DH. I'm updating my scorecard. Ted Williams comes up. He fouls it off. Watch out there, Red Sox dugout. Counts 0-1. They throw to first. Gets back in time. Meanwhile, Williams at the plate. Counts 0-1. Up high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. A's lead it 5-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Here's the 1-1. In there for a strike, 1-2. The other American League Wildcard is the Yankees and the Indians. The Royals and the Astros have byes. And that's going to be fielded for the double play. They get it. Six, 4-3. Made it look easy. And that'll end the inning. As the shortstop, Steinbeck to Cochran. Down to Giambi at first. We go to the top of the 7th inning in game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Home run Baker leads things off for the Athletics. He's the third baseman. He went around, strike 1. Pedro Martinez on the mound for the Red Sox. And now the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. I'll go over the National League here in a second. The 1-1. Fouled off. The National League wildcards are the Reds and the Padres, and the Giants and the Dodgers. The Marlins, yes, the Marlins, and the Diamondbacks have first round byes. Count goes to 2-2 to home run Baker. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. Full count to Baker, the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. Into left field, Williams runs it down. A leadoff single for home run Baker here in the top of the 7th. Here at Fenway Park in Boston.
Designated hitter, Miguel Tejada.
And now the DH, Miguel Tejada, will come up. The pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1.
A's up by 4 runs, trying to increase their lead. Nobody out, runner on first. Here's the 0-1. See ya. It stays fair. No, it goes foul. Oh my goodness. Just foul. Counts 0-2. Those other games were quite good. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tejada. Back in the day, though, MLB 2005 was awesome. The count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on first. The pitch popped up. Smith comes over in foul territory and makes the play for out number 1. Tejada flies out to right. The runner will stay at first. Terry Steinbach comes up, the shortstop, with 1 out, runner on first base. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. A ground ball gets into right field. They'll hold up at second as Reggie Smith comes up and throws it in quickly. It's now the A's with runners at first and second with just 1 out. And back in the first inning, the first pitch of the game, Ricky Henderson did this. People were still getting in their seats. The first pitch of the game. And now Ricky comes to the plate with 1 out, runners at first and second. Yep, rest in peace. He fouled it off. Count goes to 0-1. He is very much missed. Ricky Henderson, one of the best all-around players ever. And now the 0-1 pitch is now 1-1. And now the 1-1.
Oh, that's off the plate.
It's off the plate. Count goes to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Henderson now. 1 out, runners at first and second. Ripped it foul. Count goes to 2-2. Yeah, I was watching something about him last night. Yeah, he died of pneumonia. Here's the 2-2. Inside, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Down low. Ball 4. Henderson's aboard. He can't steal, though, because bases are loaded. So 1 out, bases loaded for the A's. And Mickey Cochran comes up, the second baseman today. Cochran can break this game wide open with a home run here. Facing Pedro Martinez. Here's the pitch. And he fouls that one off. Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1 to Cochran. Oakland trying to jump out to a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. Fouls it off. Count quickly 0-2 to Cochran. Even a base hit will score something here. Or a sac fly. Here's the 0-2. Swung and struck him out. That's a big strikeout. Now the A's need a base hit. Swung on a low inside pitch. Mr. October coming to the plate, though. Reggie Jackson with 2 outs, bases loaded. here in the top of the 7th. A's up 5-1. The pitch.
Nope.
Down low, 1-0. A walk will score a run. Reggie already hit 1 home run tonight. That was a solo shot. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Fans are getting restless. A's are up 5-1 here in game 1. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. And now the 3-0 pitch to Reggie. He swung at a 3-0 pitch. Counts at 3-1. You're taught never to swing at a 3-0 pitch. And now the 3-1. In there for a strike. Full count now to Reggie. At 3-2, bases loaded. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. That's going to score a run. Baker comes in from third. The A's lead it 6-1. Still 2 outs, bases loaded. And the catcher, Jimmy Fox, will come up to bat. Here's the pitch. Fox hits one out to right field. Reggie Smith going back. He makes a snow cone catch for the out. And that'll end the inning. However, the A's do get 1 run. They now lead it 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. David Ortiz, the first baseman, will lead things off for Boston here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 5. Rube Waddell still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off, strike 1. Great crowd here today. I appreciate it, everybody. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. We have the college football playoffs coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern time. 2 games tonight, 2 games tomorrow. There's a base hit. Out to left field. Henderson will throw it in. So a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 7th for David Ortiz. Red Sox have a man aboard. And now, coming up, the catcher, Tony Conigliaro. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. If there's time after football tonight, we'll do another baseball game. It'll be game 1 of the Giants and Dodgers. That should be good. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike, 0-2. There should be time. We're starting an hour earlier than normal with our football tonight. Here's the 0-2.
Yep, that ball went out.
Outside. Count goes to 1-2 to Tony Conigliaro. A's up 6-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 pitch. Is hit out to center field. Running it down and making the play is Al Simmons. 1 down for the Red Sox as Conigliaro flies out to center. Reggie Smith, the right fielder, up next for Boston. 1 out, runner on first. Waddell still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. You notice how the really old timers don't have stirrup socks? It was back before they had stirrup socks. Here's the 0-1. Swung for strike 2.
0-2.
And now the 0-2 pitch.
Ball.
Low and inside. Count goes to 1-2 to Reggie Smith. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 2. Waddell,
Up next for the Red
7 strikeouts today.
Sox, the third baseman, Wade.
And now the third baseman, Wade Boggs, will come up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on first. That's Ortiz. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
No balls and a strike to Boggs. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-2. Waddell trying to get out of the inning. Boggs with a 0-2 count. The pitch. Outside. 1-2. Boggs stays alive at the plate. With 2 outs, Ortiz at first base. One-two pitch. Hit sharply into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. It'll be a 2-out single for Boggs. That moves Ortiz over to second. And now with 2 outs, the Red Sox have runners at first and second. The center fielder, Fred Lynn, will come up. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Lane at the plate. Down low, 1-1. We're at Fenway Park in Boston. American League Wildcard, Game 1. And the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It does. And now the 1-2 pitch to Fred Lynn.
Ball in.
Just inside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Must be a cold night. Everybody's bundled up in the crowd. 2-2 pitch.
We got a full count.
Outside. Count goes to 3-2 on Fred Lynn. With 2 outs, runners at first and second. I remember that. 3-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out. At the end of 6.5. The A's still lead it by a score of 6-1. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 8th inning. That was actually the end of 7 complete. My bad. Al Simmons will lead things off, the center fielder. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. So we go to the top of the 8th. Pedro Martinez still on the mound. Fouls it off. Counts 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Fouls it off down the first base line. A's lead it 6-1. And now the 0-2 pitch. He rips that one foul. Count remains 0-2 to Al Simmons, the center fielder. Yeah, they're all outstanding. They get a little bit better and better every year. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. Long at bat for Simmons. Coming up at 7 Eastern, college football playoffs. That gets away from the catcher. He swung at it.
Got it.
And they got him. So they get the strikeout.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jason.
Ball got away from the catcher there. but Tony Conigliaro quickly gets to the ball and throws down to first base to get the out. Jason Giambi up next, the first baseman. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 0-1. One out, bases empty for the Athletics here in the top of the 8th. We have the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl coming up tonight. Here's the 0-1. Giambi into the crowd. We'll have the Fiesta Bowl and the Sugar Bowl tomorrow. And then we'll have the college football semifinal games on Saturday. And then we'll have the national championship on Sunday. Giambi goes around and strikes out for out number 2. 2 down for the A's. Base is empty. And now home run Baker comes up. 2 outs, base is empty. Low and inside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. 1-0 pitch, up high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, base is empty. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung, and the count goes to 2-1. A's lead it by a score of 6-1. Two 2-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Counts at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. A ground ball to Mookie Betts. He'll throw to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. A's lead it 6-1, the American League Wildcard here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Bobby Doerr will lead things off for the Red Sox. He's the DH. In their first strike, 0-1. Treinen and Street warming up for the A's in the bullpen. And now the 0-1. Outside, count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. The pitch, ripped foul, count goes to 1-2 to Doerr. And now the 1-2 pitch, fouls it off. Yeah, I remember that. You could really swap it up. That was cool. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up in the air. Simmons comes over from center field and makes the play for the out. Al Simmons makes the catch in center field. 1 down for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. Mookie Betts, the second baseman, comes up. Good old Mookie. There's a shot. Henderson goes back in left field and makes the play on the warning track for out number 2. Yeah, I remember that too, Nemesis. I'm playing NHL 21. I like it better than the newer ones. And now the shortstop, Joe Cronin, will come up for the Red Sox here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, base is empty. Waddell, his pitch in there for a strike. Waddell has gone the distance so far. Counts 0-1 to Cronin. The pitch down low, 1-1.
1-1.
I didn't care for Madden 21. It was scripted. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2.
2 strikes.
21, 22, and 23 were all scripted. 24 as well. Here's the 1-2. Actually, I'm using 24, aren't I? No, I'm using 25. Never mind. Count goes to 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off down the first base line. Count remains at 2-2 to Joe Cronin. 2 outs, bases empty. 2-2 pitch.
3-2.
Down low, full count now, 3-2. It'd be different. Struck him out. That'll end the inning. At the end of 8 complete, A's lead it 6-1. The American League Wildcard, Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports. We lead off the top of the 9th inning with the DH, Miguel Tejada. NHL 21, a lot of people consider that the best NHL game so far. And I happen to agree, I like it. Tejada fouls it off, strike 1. A's lead it 6-1, trying to get some insurance runs. Here in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. The DH, Tejada, at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swung at a bad pitch. They'll throw down to first to confirm the strikeout. 1 down for the A's here in the top of the 9th. Next up, the shortstop, Terry Steinbach, facing Pedro. 1 out, bases empty. And that's ripped foul down the third base line. Count goes to 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch. That's going to drop for a base hit. Reggie Smith will track it down. And that'll be a 1-out single for Steinbach here in the top of the 9th. A's get a runner aboard.
Now back, left fielder, Ricky.
We go to the top of the order. Ricky Henderson, this left fielder, will come up. In there for a strike, 0-1. Gary Thorne was pretty solid. I always liked him. Here's the 0-1 to Martinez, or to Henderson. They throw down to second, and the throw's not in time. Steinbach steals second base. Yeah, Thorne also did NHL. He did a great job. So Steinbach steals second. A's have a runner at second now in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. The count is 0-2 to Ricky. 0-2 pitch.
No.
Inside, 1-2. One-two pitch. Ricky fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. Those two were the absolute best together. They really were. They complemented each other so well. Here's the 1-2. And Ricky strikes out for out number 2. 2 outs for the A's here in the top of the 9th. They lead it 6-1. Steinbach is at second base. And Mickey Cochran will come up. He's the second baseman today. Facing Pedro. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Count goes to 0-2 to Mickey Cochran. Game 1 of the American League Wildcard. Here's the 0-2. Did he go around? No. Counts at 1-2 to Cochran. Crowd didn't like that. 1-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out. We go to the bottom of the 9th. A's lead it 6-1. American League Wildcard Game 1 here at Jammin' Sports.
Now pitching for Oakland,
All right, we have a new pitcher. Eddie Plank will come on. Hopefully Evil Dad will give us an update on Plank. I know he's an old timer. All right, the A's are 3 outs away from taking a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. Williams, the left fielder, will lead things off. Big swing and a miss, strike 1.
0-1.
And now the 0-1 pitch. He fouls that one off. It's quickly 0-2 to Williams. A's lead it 6-1. We're in the bottom of the ninth. 0-2 pitch. Inside 1-2. Thank you, Evil Dead. 1901 to 1917. And now the 1-2. Williams strikes out. I have not seen Clutch in a long time. I don't know what happened to him. 1 down for the Red Sox. Here in the bottom of the ninth, David Ortiz will come up next, the first baseman. Red Sox are down to the last 2 outs here in game 1. Pitch by Plank. Inside, 1-0. One-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. I haven't seen Clutch in a long time. A good friend from Buffalo. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. A's trying to hang on and nail down game 1. We'll have game 1 of the Dodgers and Giants after football tonight. Here's the 3-0. Swung at a 3-0. He fouled it off. 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. A shot up the middle, a base hit. A 1-out single for Ortiz. So Boston stays alive here in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out.
The batter, number 25.
Tony Conigliaro will come up next. He's the catcher. 1 out, runner on first. A double play ends the game for the Athletics. Here's the pitch by Plank. Ripped it foul down the first base line. Counts at 0-1. We'll be back in a little over 90 minutes with college football. Here's the pitch. Popped it up. Baker will come in from third and makes the play for the out. 97 minutes. That's right, Evil Dead. And now Conigliaro pops out to third. The Red Sox are down to their final out. Reggie Smith will come up. He's the right fielder. A's trying to take game 1. Plank trying to close it out. The pitch. Up high, ball 1. Counts 1-0 to Reggie Smith. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 1-1. And now the 1-1. In there for a strike, 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 1-2. All Plank needs is another strike. 1-2 pitch. Up high. Oh, they called a strike. And the A's take game 1. Your final score, Oakland 6, Boston 1. Your final score, the Athletics 6, the Red Sox 1. Oakland takes a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. Once again, your final score, the A's over the Red Sox, 6-1. They take a 1-0 lead in the series. Coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern, college football playoffs, the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl. We'll see you then.